So because Aurora's blind, it hurts so. These are the kisses and cuddles that you've been waiting for all your life. Yes, this cow actually licks people's faces, cuddles, and loves massages, loves them. And we invite you to experience this yourself. Who loves a good massage? Meet Aurora. She is fully blind. Oh my God. Yeah, she's deaf in one ear and has no tail. And you would think with all of those disabilities, like, she's gonna have a rough life. But no, she is one happy cow.
Such a gorgeous girl. Oh, thank you.
So guys, when I heard of this cow, I was like, hold on, what? Are you actually serious? And having met her, Aurora, I made this video to show you just how much emotion she has. And I'm gonna bleed after this. It's like sandpaper. Oh, it's so painful. In the hopes that it'll convince you to go vegetarian or go vegan. Just start thinking about what you're eating. Her eyes are actually sewn up, so she doesn't have any eyeballs. When she was born, they half developed, so they actually took them out and then sewed up her eyes so they wouldn't get infected. So she doesn't even know what it's like to see.
So Aurora arrived here. She was our very first disability cow, as you would say.
Aurora has a message for you.
Yes! If everyone wants to support me, then they should buy tickets and merchandise and come visit me here at the sanctuary.
She lives her beautiful life in an animal sanctuary called, get this, Death Row Unchained. What a name, right? They literally save animals from death row. Not this gang criminal situation, but animals that are up for slaughter. And the farmers are like, hey, do you want this cow, or we're going to kill her because she is of no use to us? So you can visit Aurora and all her friends at Death Row Unchained in Brisbane, Australia.
Thank you. Love you, everyone.
Now, if you're looking for a good cow licking, no, because it can actually cut your skin. It's full of sharp backwards pointing bumps that are pretty slicey, but also great at gripping that delicious grass. Now you're probably wondering, how and why is she blind? Well, it's all because of the dairy industry.
In a lot of factory farms, there is a virus that goes around that kind of will stop the baby from developing in the mum's womb. And with Aurora, usually they'll lose the baby, but with Aurora, in her case, it's happened very late in her development. So she did fully develop, apart from her eyeballs, her hearing in one ear, and then her tail.
We're gonna make you feel great after this. You're my best customer. You're next, okay? She booked in early. So because she's blind, all of her other senses are heightened. Taste, touch, all that feeling. So she doesn't really know what she's looking at, so the only way to interact with it would be with her tongue. And that's why she licks everything. Does that taste good? Because it definitely doesn't feel good.
We found out about Aurora. We weren't really sure if it was going to be a euthanasia case. You know, hearing about all these disabilities, you wonder if it's going to be cruel to keep her alive. But as soon as she got in the backseat of Kate's car, she was going through her bag, she was eating leftover hot chips, so she was just full of life, and we knew she was going to be completely fine.
So she's now currently 3 years old, and she lives here with all her friends in the paddock. And she even has wind chimes over at like where she gets food, and then where she sleeps at night. Awesome. And to think, they were going to euthanize her because they just couldn't bother to like give her care and attention. And guys, just to remind you of this whole licking situation, do you want to know what it feels like?
Oh! What are you doing?
It really hurts. The tongue is like sandpaper, it really is. You're like, oh, I'd love to be licked by a cow. No, it's rough. Vegetables. You love vegetables, right? Well, this is the perfect time to tell you that this video is actually sponsored by vegetables. Look at this, it's beautiful, it's nutritious. We're all about saving lives in this video. So this is gonna make you live longer, you'll be healthier, happier. I think with carrots you can see in the dark, it's pretty good. So remember, eat your vegetables, eat your greens, sponsored by vegetables. Oh, it's freaking delicious. Nom, 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 nom.
She's never really known any different, and she gets around fine. But obviously, cows are very social animals, so we kind of put our feelers out for any other cows with disabilities that needed homes, and we got all of her friends. So she's now very happy in the disability yard. She's kind of the reason why all these guys are here, so in some ways she's saved a lot of cows' lives along with her own.
So you can obviously see she likes this, and cows show emotions. So for all those people that are like, nah, animals don't have any emotions, it's crazy because all we're doing is slaughtering them. But all she wants to do is give some love, you know? How good is that? And now let me give you some amazing piece of information, because I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, I too would love to cuddle and kiss Aurora and be licked. Yes, you can. So if you're in Brisbane, Australia, you can actually come down here to the sanctuary, Death Row Unchained. All of these animals were basically going to be euthanized, but they were saved here and now they can live out their life. Or if you're outside of Australia, you can buy some of their merchandise, you can donate to them, they have some critical campaigns that they need lots of funds for. All the money goes to the animals. It's 100% a volunteer organization, and the work they do is amazing. So go check them and get your tickets, come here and give Aurora a hug.
And she's a very special girl. You can always see her kind of down the back of the disability yard, and if you call her name, her little ear that has the one hearing just lifts up like a satellite. So she's loving life here. Hey!
What should all the viewers do?
They should like and subscribe and follow along to see more videos of my animal friends here at the sanctuary.
You heard it here first from Aurora.
Yes, like and subscribe. Oh, yes.
Now go watch Aurora's friends, these blind and three-legged goats that cuddle their mom. Love is in the air.